I'm Naomi Davis, and I come from white gloves and mud.
On April 13, 2023, the Biden-Harris administration awarded Blacks in Green a $10 million grant to establish thriving communities, technical assistance centers across EPA's Region 5 territory, which includes 35 tribal lands and 6 U.S. states: Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio. This notable achievement represented over a decade of work and commitment on the part of Blacks in Green, led by founder and CEO Naomi Davis. Big! Big! And signaled the start of an ambitious 5-year program
in Westwood Lawn, which is where we are right now,
to help marginalized groups take full advantage of billions of federal dollars made available by President Biden to transform underserved places into thriving communities. On June 28, 2023, to kick off what came to be known as the EPA Environmental Justice TCTAC, Blacks in Green hosted partners from across the region to begin planning the first steps of the Thriving Communities program. Then, on February 1st through the 3rd of 2024, after months of planning, Blacks in Green launched Justice Comes of Age, a 3-day event designed to invite the public to come together and see firsthand what a technical assistance center had to offer. Attendees entered the venue through a self-styled labyrinth, marked off by 10 brightly colored banners. Each banner highlighted a major topic in the environmental justice arena. Each topic was in turn reinforced with a video presentation.
People's Utility Rate Relief Act. And essentially, what we are here today to do is to advocate for and bring attention to the high utility rates that make basic home energy needs unaffordable for low and middle income individuals, families across the state of Illinois.
Subject matter experts were on hand at each station to answer questions and provide resource material.
Welcome. We're here at the Elevate table, just giving some information out about our program that has supported over $40 million of funding for frontline organizations and philanthropic. We're happy to be here at the TCTAC launch and just excited about the work. How can we get more access to dollars?
Organizers urged attendees to register for a one-on-one TCTAC consultation to begin the process of developing competitive grant proposals for their communities. Mayor of Chicago, the Honorable Brandon Johnson, excited the crowd with his arrival and graciously stopped to pose for photographs.
Good morning to everyone. I'm really honored to be here today to join you for the launch of Blacks in Green's TCTAC, the Thriving Communities Technical Assistance Center. Isn't this an incredible day, you all? So let me thank Blacks in Green founder and CEO. Thank you, Naomi Davis. That's right. Elevate Principal Director of Strategic Partnerships and Communications. Again, Sylvia Ewing. One more time, you all. And of course, Administrator Michael Regan, Region 5 Administrator Deborah Shore, and the United States Environmental Protection Agency for recognizing the leadership and the expertise of Naomi Davis and Blacks in Green. I'm encouraged that you all are taking full advantage of what is being offered today. And today's Justice Comes of Age event will let us connect and collaborate with states across the Midwest and build a more resilient and sustainable future. I am so proud of the work that's being done by Blacks in Green. Y'all just don't know. What a way to start off Black History Month. And isn't it great that the greatest freaking city in the world is leading the effort for real environmental justice? God bless you. God bless the city of Chicago. Thank you all very much.
The mayor's inspiring welcome remarks set the tone for an impassioned performance of Bronzeville, the musical.
In the beginning, he created you. From the dirt of the ground, he created you too. In the beginning.
The Illinois Constitution guarantees the right of people to a healthy environment. Attorney Kwame Raoul is committed to protecting this right for all of the people of the state of Illinois. Please welcome Illinois' 42nd Attorney General, the great Kwame Raoul.
My office employs 25 full-time lawyers across the state. We routinely file environmental actions to address air, land, and water violations. And we use these actions to get people to clean up the pollution that they've caused, pay penalties, and at the end, contribute somehow to restoring the communities that they've negatively affected.
And as I thought about you guys that work so diligently, as Naomi and her group at Blacks in Green work so diligently, they are serving, maybe from a different spiritual perspective, but still serving. And each of you that serve are serving when you make a difference in the life of even just one person or one thing that is going on in your community. So I think you ought to give yourselves a round of applause for the work that you do. If you only can change one life, while Blacks in Green is very focused on the natural environment, we know that there is a spiritual pollution. Can I say that again? There is a spiritual pollution in our community. But with the work that many of the organizations in West Woodlawn are doing, they are changing the mindset and maybe not totally eradicating, but affecting the spiritual pollution of our community.
Professor Christopher Reed offered a keynote address that shared a warm personal side of Woodlawn's history and heritage.
In looking at the migration, I usually travel with this. Now you can't see this in the back, but this is a photograph that's 100 years old. This is really over 100 years old. This was taken back in 1918. It shows my great-grandfather who fought in the Civil War. He had been a slave, and like 200,000 other black men, he joined the fight for the freedom of black people. 200,000. He was there in Virginia when Robert E. Lee surrendered, along with men from his regiment from Kentucky, the 116th next to men from Chicago and Illinois, the 29th Illinois Infantry of the U.S. Colored Troops, next to black troops representing the state of New York, the 31st Infantry. Also, in this photograph, he migrated to Chicago during the Great Migration.
But when I think about the work that we do at UIC, I think of us as the university for Chicago and for Chicago communities. And so, thank you. And so when Dr. Erdahl came to me and said, can we do this? My immediate answer was, not only can we do this, but we must do this.
I want to salute our beautiful queen, the attorney, Naomi Davis. Come on now, come on now. Come on now. Come on now, we can do better than that. Over 20 years of speaking up, speaking out. Blacks and green.
Activist and educator Africa Porter kept the audience involved and prepped them for the dynamic panels that immediately followed.
Come on now. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King is super celebrated today, but he was super unwelcomed in many churches in Chicago. Many focus on the dream while we must stay woke. That was then. In conclusion, let us embark on a journey to reclaim our roots and forge a path towards sustainable agriculture by embracing the wisdom of marginalized communities, acknowledging the historical role of black people, brown people as stewards of the earth.
Greetings, cousins. How y'all doing? We say cousins because we're deeply, deeply committed to our connections.
Justice Comes of Age was in full swing as Naomi Davis took to the stage to welcome the assembled participants.
What do you call those Ziploc bags? Full of receipts. And I had to spend months sorting them out. And guess what? My you-know-what was so tight. We got certified as a 501c3, 7 years retrospective. My stuff was in shoeboxes, y'all. And $10 million today, and I'm gonna be honest, it may sound like a lot, but when you span it over 6 states, 5 partners, and 5 years, I'm back at $3.15 an hour. But baby, it's okay. I live for this. What are you living for? This is that moment where all the excuses are gone. You ain't got nothing but to do it. We will stand by you, take you by the hand, walk you through the process, introduce you to the partners, help you write the grants, help you find the money, help you target your organizational capacity building, and help you reach out to your communities. And guess what? Yeah, we got a bias. We want you to do the sustainable square mile. We want you to produce that walk to work, walk to shop, walk to learn, walk to play village, where African Americans own the businesses, own the land, and live the conservation lifestyle. Yeah, we want it. We're saying it. But it's a free world. Okay, you can opt in and get free coaching and mentoring to build your sustainable square mile right where you are. You can dial into our energy justice portfolio. What's that? Okay, well, we just happen to be doing a virtual power plant. What's that? Well, you got to go to the learning labyrinth and find out. But if you're producing your own energy, are you doing it at scale? Are you doing it just because you have a household and a roof? Or are you looking to your left and looking to your right and wondering, what do my neighbors got going on? How can we be together? How can we organize? How can we get, you know, if you get with your municipality, if you get with your utility, you can draw down hundreds of millions of dollars. We got communities, villages, towns with way broken infrastructure, roads, sewers, internet, you name it, it's broken. Baby, this is your time. The money is there for you. And y'all know black and brown folks are hit first and worst, resource least and last, and contribute the very, very least to the problem.
Naomi was soon joined by key members of her executive team, David Yaka, Director of Green Infrastructure, and Nuri Medina, Director of the Sustainable Square Mile.
And we speak of 8 principles of green village building. And all of those 8 principles are based on the material world: energy, wealth, products, homestead. And when we speak of these 8 principles of green village building, I think we also have to acknowledge that this material system was created by a creator that intended for us to be nourished by it and live here and understand it and steward it. And that recognition is what informs our work at Blacks and Green.
And the reason is because it is connecting universal best practices with what's unique and special about each neighborhood, each community, each person within that community. Our TCTAC is basically the holder of that overarching concept and helping to break down something that is very complex, which is how to access these resources that are available for a period of time in a way that each of you can do what you're best at. We'll have a session this afternoon talking about the Sustainable Square Mile in a little bit more detail, and then we have a workshop tomorrow afternoon from 1 to 2:30 where we're going to break that down even more and have some more discussion about it. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to...
What follows is a brief summary of the panels presented over the next 2 days of Justice Comes of Age, as well as many of the special features of the TCTAC launch. The full program and presentations will be made available soon via the Blacks and Green website. Engineering Hope featured many of the TCTAC partners that will work alongside Blacks and Green to establish and manage the Region 5 Technical Assistance Centers.
Square Mile models, and so in Cleveland, before we got the TCTAC, I was like working different partners and people trying to figure out people's interest in doing this work. And so I appreciate the team coming. These are residents from the community that we want to work with, and it's very important that they stake their claim and drive what's about to happen and understand the bigness of this.
So we're really looking forward to contributing to the improvement of health and well-being of residents, citizens, and communities all across Region 5. And we look forward to working with you, all of you, and we hope that you will reach out to us, and hopefully we'll have another event like this in a year or 2 years.
Panel 2, Get Your Paperwork Together, offered expert guidance to attendees who now face the daunting task of applying for federal grants.
By engaging with the department, engaging with the agencies, and seeing their process, you'll understand what's expected on that application. You'll understand what should be in that community benefit letter. You'll understand how to engage and make sure your paperwork is turned in properly at the right time.
One-on-one sessions with subject matter experts were made available throughout the day to provide a more detailed and personal entree into the TCTAC experience.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you. I'm Deborah Shore, as she mentioned. It's so great to be here with all of you, many old friends, and eager to meet new friends.
During lunch, representatives from the Environmental Protection Agency, the major funders of the TCTAC initiative, shared an inside look at the EPA and the challenges and opportunities currently on the horizon for the environmental justice movement.
The investment of $177 million in the Thriving Communities Technical Assistance Centers, or what we call the TCTAC program. part of a holistic government-wide framework to bring technical assistance and resources to the communities who need it most.
We try to be that front door so that you don't have to find your way around an agency. You can just call us up and we will help you make the connections that will help you do the work you want to do and solve the challenges you are looking to solve.
Meanwhile, attendees had the opportunity to sample the many locally produced products at the Green New Deal Emporium, hosted by Gwen Pruitt of Blacks in Green. Justice Comes of Age was proving to be great fun for the attendees as they greeted old friends and made many new ones. Yet, organizers continually emphasized that this TCTAC launch was about doing the work of getting set for life in the new green economy. Blacks in Green's Dennis Walker led a workshop to help participants learn all about BIG's Set for Life Workforce Development Program and the many emerging careers available to those who make the commitment to get certified as energy auditors and other green economy careers.
This presents a great opportunity for savings. So our workforce development program at Blacks in Green is to take advantage of this huge opportunity. BIG is committed to training and certifying an army, and you'll hear Naomi say this over and over again. She wants to train an army of energy auditors or building energy performance professionals and creating sustainable jobs that can't be outsourced.
Panel 3, the Sustainable Square Mile, followed the lunch break. BIG team members gave the latest updates on the Sustainable Square Mile, the pilot being implemented in the West Woodlawn neighborhood of Chicago, and the vision to bring a sustainable square mile to a neighborhood near you, the gold standard for Black community development.
You heard what Nuri said. Walk to work, walk to shop, walk to learn, walk to play. He grew up in a neighborhood like that a long time ago. And in his lifetime, it has gone extinct. So what are the critical components of building that infrastructure back in?
Panel 4, City Biz, Municipal Opportunities, featured the spectacular sustainability team at the City of Chicago. They shared details about the newly reinstated Department of Environment and the opportunities available at the city.
So not only are we moving away from burning fossil fuels in buildings, we are also thinking about higher efficiency, which is very exciting. So this would be at the time of new construction or major additions. It is something that we have put into City Council, and we will be working over the course of the next couple of months to get this ordinance passed.
To close out the day, a Freedom Rider Renaissance workshop led by Val Free, Executive Director of Neighborhood Network Alliance, invited young people to draw on the lessons of the Civil Rights Movement and join an advocacy team for voter registration to get out the vote. Day 1 was in the history books. Attendees came away with many questions answered and many more to be asked. Day 2 of Justice Comes of Age began with another stirring rendition of Bronzeville the Musical. first panel of the day was entitled The Future of Justice, featuring a distinguished group of experts in the public and private sectors dealing with pressing environmental
moral arc
issues.
of history is long, but it bends toward justice. I think we're starting to bend that way when it comes to energy policy in this state.
Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle brought renewed emphasis to the purpose of the TCTAC launch.
So I'm very grateful to see so many of you here. There was a time in our communities where there wasn't a lot of focus on environment and environmental justice. And I think it's people like Naomi and Blacks and Green who have lifted up that issue and made it clear that this is an important issue around equity and injustice in our communities. And I'm grateful to all of you for your presence, and particularly to Naomi for her good work. Thank you.
The second panel, entitled The Energy Justice Roundtable, continued in the same vein, with an equally distinguished group of environmental justice leaders and experts. During lunch, the information kept flowing as state and municipal representatives shared information about their work and priorities in the area of environmental justice. The afternoon session culminated with a powerhouse presentation featuring Senator Dick Durbin, Congressman Danny K. Davis, and Congressman Jonathan Jackson.
The state of Illinois is either number 1 or number 2 now in the most lead lines in the United States. But thanks to President Joe Biden, money has been put in there to remove all of the lead contaminated lines out of the state of Illinois. That bill was passed.
Be sure to watch the full Justice Comes of Age event, available soon on the Blacks and Green website. TCTAC consultation sessions continued throughout the day as participants registered in the TCTAC portal and shared their vision for a thriving community with various subject matter experts.
Hey everybody, my name is Kevin Jeff. I'm with Deeply Rooted Production, which is the home of Deeply Rooted Dance Theater and our dance education programs, and a new program that we are in partnership with Blacks and Green called Creative Communities, Fertile Ground is a Performance. Now we're over there in that booth right there, and I want to inspire you to take a minute to go over to that booth, find out about Fertile Ground, and sign up to become a community performer on stage telling stories that come from Chicago community. Y'all want to stand up a little bit and move? Can we get some music to move to?
Aiga got the crowd on its feet.
All right, y'all, check it out. Good job, good job.
Then greeted attendees with a video presentation at the Circle in the Square tent of the first completed Fertile Ground project. Cast members encouraged those interested to sign up for the next round of storytelling and performance art. As Justice Comes of Age winded down, participants had a lot to consider. Applying for large federal grants is a competitive, labor-intensive process. Still, in the final analysis, it's all about the Benjamins.
It's all about the what? It's all about the Benjamins. You all, you know. Come on in. Bring it in.
What was successful the last year? How can we make our application better for the coming year? You might not be successful the first time, as you were saying, but you can build on things and learn each time. So that's the one other thing that I would add is that sort of being ready for the moment.
Justice Comes of Age organizers made sure no one left empty-handed, providing each attendee with a playbook filled with a wealth of information and resources to help them get started on their TCTAC journey. 2 days of hard work and good fun generated excitement and inspired new ways of thinking. We encourage you to spread the word. No doubt, the best is yet to come. Visit blacksandgreen.org for updates and more information. Justice comes of age.